Hello, everybody, and welcome back to the Film Ignite podcast. My name is Xavier Tony, and I just finished watching Season 1, Episode 4 of Arrow. And I gotta say, this has easily been my favorite episode of the series so far. So many twists and turns, a crazy event happening at the end of the episode there. Basically, this episode starts off right where the last one ended, with Oliver and John together. Oliver offers John a position in order to help him take down the members of the list with the help of the police force and everything. But, John turns him down. He says, "You're a murderer, you kill people." He's not having any of it. But then, Oliver's watching the news later, and he sees that a guy named Peter, is on death row in correlation because his wife was working with a guy named Jason Brodeur, and Jason Brodeur is one of the men on the list. He claims that the wife was going to talk to Jason about dumping toxic waste into the glades, and that caused a whole altercation. So basically, Oliver believes this guy's innocent, and he knows that innocent people won't get help they need without a lawyer. So he sneaks his way into Laurel's house, puts a voice changer on his voice, and gives her the information. This guy's innocent, he needs help. Laurel's on the case now, everything's going good, and she's looking into it, but there's a timer because he's set to be executed in 2 days. Oliver goes after Jason Brodeur. He ties him up to the train tracks. He's like, you're gonna confess to this murder and everything. And he says, okay, yes, it was all set up. As soon as he leaves, he gets cut free. He sends his men basically go and execute Peter. So Peter and Laurel are locked in the confession room, interrogation room, and a bunch of Jason's men get sent in to basically finish the job, execute Peter. But of course, Oliver knows this, so he's already on the move. He's in there, but he doesn't wear his Green Arrow outfit for some reason. He wears a prison guard uniform, but he takes out a prison guard, steals his uniform, but for some reason, he did it right in the hallway, and he gets his identity captured on the camera. And the detective Lance sees on the footage because Laurel tells him afterwards, he wasn't wearing his outfit, he was wearing a police guard uniform. So he gets caught on the camera, and Lance sees that it's Oliver. So at the very end of the episode, Oliver chilling in his house, and finally he gets John to join him on the team. So John and Oliver are going to team up, and they're going to help to get the people out on the list. But just after that happens, Lance and his team come in, barge through the house, and arrest Oliver for murder and a bunch of other crimes. And it's honestly not the direction I was expecting this show to go. We're 4 episodes in, and Oliver's identity has already been revealed to Detective Lance and John, and probably going to be the rest of his family now. I can't think of how they can go from here having Oliver arrested. I was not expecting it to happen this quickly. I thought it would be a lot more drawn out than that. It's honestly blowing my mind how they're doing this show. And another crazy twist that happened in this episode is that it's revealed that Oliver's mom has a warehouse in which she's storing the broken down ship from the crash. You see the Queen's Gambit ship all torn to pieces. It's all covered in moss and everything, and it's being held in a warehouse. And Walter finds the transaction. He goes to see it. He knows something's up now too. Everything is just falling apart at this point. Oliver's mom keeps meeting with this man in the limo. So many things are going wrong right now. Oliver's relationship with his sister seemed to have been getting a little bit better this episode, but all that's going to change once he goes in prison. The mom is meeting with this guy in the limo, and she says something. He's not targeting the rich. He's targeting the people on the list. So even she knows about the list. The mom is way more involved than she's led on to be. And yeah, guys, this episode, it was pretty crazy. I can't even wrap my mind around all the stuff that happened in this episode. The relationship with Laurel and Oliver is also changing, because for a second there at the end when he's in the prison guard and they look at each other, I thought that she recognized it was Oliver, but it really wasn't. It was because she looked in his eyes and realized, oh, this guy's a murderer. He wanted to kill that man. And you get the flashbacks between Oliver not wanting to kill the bird, but then finally making the first kill. And it sort of ties back into, is Oliver really a bad person? Is he a vigilante? Is he a murderer at heart? No, I believe he isn't. But everyone around him seems to be getting the wrong impression from what he's doing. And he says, Laurel tells him when he sneaks in for the first time, why do you wear that hood? If you're not a bad guy, why do you cover up who you are? And Oliver tells him, tells her it's because it's to protect the ones that I care about the most. And it's honestly really frustrating that he has to go through all that because he just really wants to do good, but he can't for the greater good. And it's good that he can't, because his mom would have tried to interfere anyway if she ever found out. So overall, guys, I really enjoyed this episode. I thought it was a thrilling episode. Gave us a lot of cool moments, some story arcs that are definitely going to change the course of the show. And Oliver, I keep wanting to say Arthur. Oliver getting sent and arrested is definitely not good for the rest of whatever he had planned, trying to get those people on the list. So can't wait to see how the next episode goes. So those are my thoughts on season 1 episode 4 of Arrow. I'll see you guys in the next review.